Yankees, it'll be Phil Linz, filling in for Tony Kubek and leading off, playing shortstop. Bobby Richardson will hit second and play second. Roger Maris in right field, hitting in the third position. Mickey Mantle in the cleanup spot. He'll be playing center. Tommy Tresh in left field, hitting in the fifth position. Joe Pepitone will be at first base, hitting sixth. Elston Howard will do the catching. He'll hit seventh. Clete Boyer at third base, hitting eighth. And Al Downing will be doing the pitching. For the Orioles, Jackie Brandt will lead off and play center field. Luis Aparicio will play shortstop and hit second. John Boog Powell will be in left field, hitting third. Norm Severn will be in the cleanup spot, playing first base. John Orsino, who's had a hot bat, will do the catching, and he'll hit fifth. Sam Bowen will be in right field today, and he'll be hitting in the sixth spot. Brooks Robinson, the third baseman, will be hitting seventh. Jerry Adair will be at second, hitting eighth. And Robin Roberts will be doing the pitching. Batteries once again. For the Yankees, Downing pitching, Howard catching. For the Orioles, Roberts pitching, and Orsino catching. And we'd like to mention right now that Armed Forces Radio will be with us today, enjoying this broadcast. It will be beamed to our men in the armed services overseas. Taking a look at Robin Roberts, last year he had a record of 14 and 13. Boy, what a pitcher he's been. Of course, most of his great years coming with the Philadelphia Phillies in the National League. He was 1-1 against New York last year and a 3-1 lifetime at 37 years old. Filed a 1.45 earned run average this spring in 31 innings. Robin has won 258 Major League Baseball games to rank number 23 on the all-time Major League list. 12th in total strikeouts, 2,097. And he's 18th in innings pitched, 4,182. So he should move up this year. In great shape this spring. A great competitor and one of the top pitchers of all time. Last year, Al Downing was 13-5 as the Orioles take the field here in Memorial Stadium. Check that. Downing was 13-6. Well, he was 13-5. He has a lifetime mark of 13-6, and he was 2-0 against the Orioles last year. So he has yet to lose a ball game to these Baltimore Orioles. The umpires and the managers at home plate. The conference is broken up, and umpiring behind the plate will be Bill Kinnaman. At first base will be Jim Honachek. Ed Runge will be at second, and Al Smith will be at third. And we'd like to mention right now that WCBS is joining us right now. And right now, ladies and gentlemen, we will have our national anthem.
was Mike Douglas, who was the star of the Mike Douglas television variety show. And he has quite a show. It's a 90-minute show, and it features a co-host each week. Big names in the entertainment field. Arlene Dahl, Dorothy Dandridge, Pat Carroll, Maury Amsterdam, Zsa Zsa Gabor, Gypsy Rose Lee, and James Mansfield. There's other prominent names, and they're quite prominent in different ways in their own fields. And as Jerry told you, it's a beautiful day for a ball game. Frank Rossetti is over at third base doing the coaching, and over at first, Jimmy Gleason. Bill Lynn steps into the batter's box, ready to face Robin Roberts. Robin, born in Springfield, Illinois, September the 30th, 6'1", 195 pounds. First pitch of the ball game is taken outside, ball one. On deck, Bobby Richardson. Roberts back with a fastball, line to left field for a base hit. Powell is up with the ball, and Lynn takes a big stand, goes quite a ways down, then hustles back. Boy, he was ready to go. So Lynn gets his first base hit of the year. From now on, the rest of this day. Bobby Richardson, the batter. Sebring holding the bag against Lynn. The pitch to Bobby. Bluffs the bunt, takes it for a strike. A breaking ball on the outside corner. That was Lynn's second hit in 11 times at bat. Lynn leads away. Pitch to Bobby is outside. 1-1. Terry Coleman just reminded me that Lynn beat out a bunt in his very first game. Sam Bowen's playing a very shallow right field against Richardson, and that wind is blowing out that way. The pitch to Bobby was a pitch out, throw to first base, and Lynn jumps back ahead of the tag. 2 balls and a strike. Do they look shallow to you in right field? Got foul. He can hit it over his head. Here's the stretch. The pitch is right on the outside corner. 2-2. Roberts, of course, has that pinpoint control. He has always had it throughout his major league career. Ready for the 2-2 pitch. A foul in back of the plate. Orsino has got room in foul territory. Under it and takes it. Richardson fouls out to the catcher for the first out. And it brings up Roger Maris. Bobby is now 1 for 10 on the year. Maris is 2 for 10. Coleman, very observing. The Yankees are looking for their first extra base hit of the year. They have not had a double, a triple, or a home run. They've only played 2 games, but they have had 16 base hits, all singles. The first pitch to Maris is outside, ball 1. Stretched by Roberts. Pitch to Maris, a fly ball to center field. Jackie Brandt starts back, comes in now, is under it and takes it. And Lynn stands up and goes halfway and then comes back. Brandt caught that ball one-handed. And it brings up Mickey Mantle. Mickey has been up 10 times with 4 base hits to 400 average. He has driven in 2 runs. 2 out. Lynn's at first, no score. Pitch to Mickey is low outside, ball 1. Stretch. Pitch is outside, ball 2, 2-0. On deck, Tom Trett. was yesterday. Ready for the 2-0 pitch. Change up outside. Ball 3. 3-0. Pitch. He swings and misses strike one. They gave Mickey the green light on the 3-0 pitch, figuring that Roberts would come right in there, and he did. Ready now for the 3-1 delivery. Pitch is low outside, ball 4. Moving to second, Phil Linz. Mantle at first. With 2 out, the batter is Tom Trek. Tommy's been up 9 times with 2 base hits. Batting .222. Tommy has 2 runs batted in. Richardson has the other Yankee RBI. On deck, Joe Pepitone. Linz leads off second, Mantle off first. Pitch to Tretch is over the outside corner. Strike 1 call. Again, Roberts sets. Catch Linz. His pitch is at low and outside. 1-1. And Roberts steps off the rubber. Asks Orsino to give him the sign again. Now he's ready. 1-1 pitch. A high fly to straightaway center field. Jackie Brandt moving under it. And takes it. So Roberts gets out of the inning for the Yankees. No runs, 1 hit. No Baltimore errors. 2 men left. At the end of 1/2 inning, it's the Yankees nothing and Baltimore coming to bat.
Nothing new. I do too. Haven't you?
Yes, it's just thinking of changing to a filter refrigerator.
Change it, Winston.
Changing to a filter refrigerator.
Change to Winston.
Because Winston makes sure that my filter is
A modern filter and exclusive filter blend up front. Now you know why Winston is America's largest selling filter cigarette by far. Join the swing to Winston.
Yes, just thinking of changing to a filter refrigerator. Change to Winston because Winston makes sure that my filter is
Change to Winston.
On the mound for the New York Yankees, Al Downing. Downing will be facing Jackie Brandt. Brandt's off to a real great start. He's been up 14 times with 6 hits. 2 doubles, batting .429. The wind-up by Downing. Pitch to Brandt is right down the middle, strike call. Coaching at third, Billy Hunter. At first, Gene Woodling. Al Downing, the 113, lost 5 last year. Changeup is outside, 1-1. Against Baltimore, he won 2 and lost none. Brad, a right-hand batter. Outfield straight away. Downing's pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. On deck, Louis Aparicio. Downing gets the sign. The windup and the pitch foul back in the upper deck out of play. Out holds at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Elson Howard running out to the mound to talk with Al Downing. Tomorrow, Bob Meyer was scheduled to pitch against Milt Pappas, but because of Bill Stafford's sore shoulder, and by the way, Yogi Berra sent Stafford back to New York for treatment of his stiff right shoulder. Dr. Sidney Gaynor will take care of him. Bud Daly will pitch tomorrow, and Bob Meyer will pitch one of the games up in Boston on Monday. High foul. Howard and Pepitone after it. Howard calling for it. Pepitone calls and makes the catch. A lot easier for that first baseman to make the catch coming in than Howard going out down the line. 1 out brings up Aparicio. Louis batting .364. 4 for 11. Has 1 triple, 1 run batted in, and 3 stolen bases. And it was his stolen base in yesterday's game that sent this game into overtime. Stole second, Howard throwing out to center field, and Louis scored all the way. Pitch to Aparicio right down the middle, strike call. On deck is Blue Powell. Boyer is in at third. Downing's curve hit high in the air to left field. Stretch. Backing up, coming in a couple of steps, and takes it for the second out. Two-way, and here's Powell. Powell is 3 for 13. 1 homer and 3 runs batted in, batting .231. You see how strong these Orioles have gotten in the last 5 years. In the 99 games in which they've met each other, not including today's game, the Yankees have won 50 and lost 49. Powell, a big, strong left-hand hitter. Downing's pitch, high and tight, and Powell has to get out of the way in a hurry. Ball 1. Norm Sieben on deck. Downing's next pitch is on the outside corner, 1-1. Even though Powell's left-hander, the Yankee outfield plays him just about straight away. Curve foul in back of the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Downing set. Gets the sign from Howard. And it takes a little too much time. Blue Powell steps out of the batter's box. Now he's back in. We're ready to go. 2 out, nobody on. No score, bottom of the first. Downing pitch, a foul again in back of the plate. Out holds it 1 ball and 2 strikes. It's so unusual to play day games here in Baltimore that every day seems like Sunday. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow will be Sunday. But we're so used to playing night games here. Again, the 1 ball, 2 strike pitch. A foul back on the screen. Downing leans over to get the sign. His pitch is a curve, foul tipped, and in and out of the glove of Elson Howard. Now still holds at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Again, Downing takes too much time, and Boog Powell steps out of the batter's box. Crowd not nearly as large as yesterday, when they had a little over 35,000. A lot of kids here today, though, enjoying the game. All right, Downing's ready. His pitch is outside. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Down on the end. Downing into the windup. His pitch foul back in the upper deck, out of play. Powell is 6'3", 235 pounds. Check swing and it's low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Take a quick look at the other scores. It's the Angels nothing, Detroit nothing, end of 3. Cleveland 1, Kansas City nothing, end of 2.5. Minnesota 3, Washington nothing, end of 2. Chicago at Boston just getting underway. A full count on Boog Powell. National League, no game started as yet. All right, ready for the payoff pitch. Here it is, and it's strike 3 call. He curved him and hit the outside corner. First strikeout for Downing. 3 up, 3 down for Baltimore at the end of 1 full inning. It's the Yankees nothing and the Orioles nothing. Remember, tickets for all 1964 Yankee home games are on sale now. Here are several simple ways to get your choice of seats for the big games this season. You can buy tickets over the counter at the Yankee Stadium Advance Ticket Office, open daily, Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And on Sunday from 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. And also until after the completion of all night games. There's plenty of free parking while you do your quick ticket shopping. Tickets are also on sale at the Yankees' convenient Midtown Ticket Office on the mezzanine of Grand Central Terminal overlooking the main information booth. The Grand Central Ticket Office is open Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. and from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturday. Box and reserve seat reservations also are available at all Kraft restaurants in the greater New York area. And of course, you can order now by mail. Simply send your order to the ticket manager, New York Yankees, Yankee Stadium, Bronx 51, New York. Enclose your check or money order to cover and include your own name and address. Spot seats are $3.50, reserve seats are still $2.50, all tax included. Please add 25 cents to your total order to cover mailing charges. For the Yankees, it'll be Joe Pepitone. And Pepitone is the only Yankee in the starting lineup outside of Downing who has not had a base hit so far this year. Joe is 0 for 8. Robin Roberts into that easy windup. The pitch is outside, ball 1. On deck, Elston Howard. Popped high in the air to right field. Sam Bowen moving in, flips the glasses down and makes the catch just in fair territory. 1 away. Brings up Elston Howard. Kelly is 4 for 9. Off to a good start, batting .444. To Howard, a ground ball. Aparicio to his left has it. Goes to first in time for the out. Boy, that Aparicio is a graceful fielder. He moves with such fluid motion. Got the good arm to go with it. 2 out. Here's Clete Boyer. Boyer is 2 for 8, batting .250. 2 out. Nobody on. No score in the top of the second. Boyer, right down the middle, strike 1 call. ball back on the screen. 0-2. Al Downing just now coming out of the Yankee dugout. The pitch is a little bit low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jerry told you it is a beautiful day here in Baltimore. I understand they're having the same kind of weather back home, Jerry. Nice and warm. The pitch is outside, 2-2. 2 outs. Pitch to Boyer. High foul. Near the stand, and I believe it's coming back. Yes, into the seats and out of play as Orsino and Steven chase it alongside the Yankee dugout. Johnny Orsino again has black substance under his eyes. You see a lot of football players do that. Some baseball players, not too many. Remember Johnny Mize used to do it. Billy Martin used to do it. I was going to say the good hitters till you mentioned Martin. I hope Billy don't hear that. I'm just kidding. Again, the 2-2 pitch. The ground ball hits it short on a big hop to Aparicio. Fires to first in time for the out. The Yankees are 3 up, 3 down here in the top of the second, and at the end of an inning and a half, it's the Yankees nothing, the Birds nothing.
Say, Joe, you've changed to a filter cigarette, I see.
Yup. From here on in, it's Winston and me.
I've been thinking of changing to a filter, too.
Changing to a filter? Winston's for you.
If you're thinking of changing to a filter cigarette, it's Winston. Change to Winston because Winston cigarette good.
Yes, the big swing is the Winston. For only Winston has both a modern filter and exclusive filter blend up front. No wonder Winston is America's largest selling filter cigarette by far.
So if you're thinking of changing to a filter cigarette, change to Winston because Winston tastes good like a cigarette should. Winston tastes good like a cigarette should.
Change to Winston.
Been up 10 times, 2 hits, batting .200. Al Downing into the windup. His pitch is swing and a foul tip held by Howard, strike 1. The next pitch is hit high in the air, foul alongside third. Boyer going over near the Orioles dugout. The catch about 1 stride away from going in the dugout. The wind helped Boyer on that one. Brings up Johnny Orsino. Orsino has been up 12 times, 5 base hits, 1 double, 2 homers, 3 runs batted in, batting .417. Right-hand batter wearing a golf glove on his left hand. Up by Downing. Pitch is a curve in there, strike call. On deck, Sam Bowen. Downing's 1-strike delivery. On the outside corner, strike 2 call. Remember, Orsino was a little worried in spring training. He was injured. He had a split finger while he was catching and missed about a little better than 2 weeks. I was afraid he wouldn't be in shape for the start of the season, but got an off to a great start. Downing's two-strike pitch. High foul. Coming back near the screen and on the screen. Still 0-2. Billy Hunter, coaching at third, was ejected from the ball game yesterday as he came in to argue on a disputed called third strike to Willie Kirkland. And Hank Powell went in, and that might have won the ball game for the Orioles. He waved Aparicio all the way in on a stolen base. High on the next pitch, ball one. Well, the kids are waking up out in the bleachers now, yelling, "We want to hit." One out, nobody on, no score. Downing's changeup is over. Strike three, called a beautiful pitch by Al Downing for his second strikeout of the ball game. He had Orsino leaning, and all Johnny could do was hope that the pitch was bad. Brings up Sam Bowen. Bowen's been up twice this year without a base hit. Bowen's a right-hand batter. He's 6'1.5", 195 pounds. Takes the pitch outside, ball one. Had 22 home runs with Rochester. Pretty fast, too. Had 15 stolen bases. Downing's pitch is on the outside corner. 1-1. Brooks Robinson on deck. Downing's 1-1 pitch. Here's a ground ball in the hole. station identification.
This is WOKO in Albany, New York.
Al Downing leads off for the Yankees. No score in the top of the third. Robin Roberts ready. His pitch is on the outside corner, strike call. Give you the scores during the ball game here. It's the Angels 1, Detroit nothing, and the 4, Newt homered in the fifth. That's his second homer of the year for the Angels. Pitch is low and outside. It's McBride against Loder. Cleveland 1, Kansas City nothing, end of 3. O'Donohue against Donovan. Minnesota 3, Washington nothing, end of 2.5. Allen homered in the second for the Twins. Low and outside, ball 2. Sox came up with 6 runs in the top of the first, playing the Red Sox. Pitch out to short right field. Bowen puts the glasses down. Is there and takes it for the first out. One away. Brings up Phil Lynn. Sigmund against Stenhouse in that Minnesota-Washington game. And Peters for the White Sox. Wilson started for the Red Sox. Wood came on in the first. Ripped a single to left field his first time at bat. Philadelphia at Chicago in the National League. It's Cup against Buell just getting underway. Pittsburgh playing the Mets. Score subject to delay like yesterday because of labor difficulties. Pitch is right down the middle, strike call. St. Louis at San Francisco, Cincinnati at Los Angeles, Milwaukee at Houston, later start. One strike on Lins, Richardson on deck. Roberts pitch in the dirt, 1-1. Pitch is in there, strike 2, a breaking pitch, just above the knees. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Roberts delivers it to foul off the screen. Count holds at 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1 out, nobody on. Pitch to Lynn, a ground ball. Backing up is Brooks Robinson up with it. Throws to first. That was a tough play. The way Brooks Robinson played it. He didn't charge a high hopper to his left. Backed up and threw off balance. And the tough thing was catching the ball in the first place. I don't think there are 2 better defensive third basemen in either league than playing here today, Brooks Robinson and Cleve Boyer. Here's Bobby Richardson, foul to the catcher, first time up. 2 out, nobody on. Pitch to Bobby. A line drive to right center. Bowen's moving over and 1 hit. Boy, he came out of nowhere. A fine play. The Yankees are down in order, and at the end of 2.5, it's the Yankees nothing, the Orioles nothing. On deck, Robin Roberts. Pitch to Adair. There's a curve in there, strike 1 call. Crouches at the plate. Downing's 1 strike pitch high, 1-1. Now the 1-1 delivery. Curve high and outside. 2 balls and a strike. Neither team has been able to take advantage of a high drive to right field in either yesterday's game or so far in this game. If you get one up in the air to right, it's going to go. And a lot of line drives head out there. Pitch foul back off the screen. Dean and Pee Wee Reese right in the next booth. close to us doing the game of the week for CBS television. It's 2-2 on Jerry Adair. Downing's curve is strike 3 call. And that's strikeout number 3 for Downing. He's had one in each of the first 3 innings. It brings up Robin Roberts, a switch batter who will be hitting right-handed against Cal Downing. First pitch to Roberts is right down the middle, strike call. Jackie Brandt on deck. Downing into the windup. Outside with his fastball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nobody on, no score, bottom of the 3rd. Downing's pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Strikeout number 4 for Downing. And it brings up Jackie Brandt, who fouled out to Pepitone in the first inning. For time at home plate. Now he's ready. Steps back in. Downing's first pitch is high and outside. Ball 1. The 1-0 pitch is pop foul coming back out of play. 1-1 the count. A little bit high. 2 balls and a strike. Took a little bit off his fastball. The 2-1 pitch. A high pop-up. Elton Howard and Clete Boyer after it. Howard calling for it and makes the catch. The Orioles go down in order, and the score now at the end of 3 full innings. The Yankees nothing, Baltimore nothing.
Greg, the Phillies failed to score in the first inning, facing the Chicago Cubs. The Cubs have yet to come to bat. Pittsburgh and the Mets are playing in New York. We have no score on that game. Scores are subject to delay due to labor difficulties. St. Louis at San Francisco, Cincinnati at Los Angeles, Milwaukee at Houston in later starts. Robin Roberts, looking for his first victory of the 1964 season, facing the Yankees as we move into the top of the 4th inning. Roger Maris, who slides to center field in the first. He's 0 for 1. Roberts into the windup, delivers to Roger.
Downing into the windup. Outside with his fastball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One man out, nobody on, no score, bottom of the 3rd. Downing's pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Strikeout number 4 for Downing. And it brings up Jackie Brandt, who fouled out to Pepitone in the first inning. is high and outside. Ball one. The 1-0 pitch is pop foul coming back out of play. 1-1 the count. And a strike. Took a little bit off his fastball. The 2-1 pitch. A high pop-up. Elston Howard and Clete Boyer after. Howard calling for it and makes the catch. The Orioles go down in order and a score now at the end of 3 full innings. The Yankees nothing, Baltimore nothing.
Leg. The Phillies failed to score in the first inning, facing the Chicago Cubs. The Cubs have yet to come to bat. Pittsburgh and the Mets are playing in New York. We have no score on that game. Scores are subject to delay due to labor difficulties. St. Louis and San Francisco, Cincinnati and Los Angeles, Milwaukee and Houston in later starts. Robin Roberts looking for his first victory of the 1964 season, facing the Yankees as we move into the top of the 4th inning. Roger Maris, who flies to center field in the first. He's 0 for 1. Roberts into the lineup, delivers to Roger. A changeup right in there. Strike ball. Maris 2 for 11. Roberts into the lineup again. The 1-strike delivery and attempted bunt taken by Maris. Outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Roger ran up the line, looking for that ball to be on the inside part. It was outside. He took it. 1-1 the count. Roberts once again delivers to Maris. A bounder towards first. He hit the hole in the right field for a base hit. That ball just eluded the outstretched grasp of Norm Sebring going towards second base in the hole at first. So Roger Maris on with a leadoff single to right field. That's the second hit given up by Roberts. Bill Lynch led off the ball game with a line single to left. Now Maris on with a leadoff single to right field. Here's Mickey Mantle, who walked in the first. Mantle batting left-handed. Maris leading off at first. Roberts sets, delivers to Mick. He takes it for call, strike 1. Mantle hitting at an even 400. 4 for 10 on the afternoon. The Yankees in another squeaker here. They lost the first 2 games, 4-3 and 11. Mantle fouls it off into the upper deck. Count goes to 0-2 to Mickey. Mantle, incidentally, is 1 for 6 batting left-handed and 3 for 4 batting right-handed. 2-strike count to Mickey. Maris takes his lead at first. Roberts sets, delivers a high pop going into foul territory just to the left of third. Brooks Robinson right at the coaching box and takes him. And he kind of chased Frank Rossetti toward the infield portion of the ball buster. So there's one away as Mantle hits a high fly ball on foul territory down towards third, and that'll bring out Tommy Fresh. Robin Roberts with a good control, mixing them up on the mound for the Orioles. Now here's Tresh, who flies to center field in the first inning. He's 0 for 1. Roberts sets, delivers to Tom, and it's outside low, ball 1. Tresh 2 for 10, hitting at an even 200 as he comes to the plate. A 1-ball count to Tommy Tresh, batting left-handed. Got the white glove on that left hand. Takes just outside. 2 balls, no strike. We're in the kind of a ball game where you're allowed to see some bunting, some stealing of the bases with the right men on, and a few of the players having to take some extra chances. Fresh takes a strike right in there. 2 balls and a strike to Tommy. Yogi is getting baptized into the tightness of some of these ball games that he'll be running into throughout the 64 season. Good ones all. The 2-1 delivery to Tom. Drilled to right field. And it's just there on that line. Bouncing on the apartment. Back into right field. Myers coming around third. He's going to try to score. Here's the throw for Bowen. And it's wide. Goes back to the bench here. Roberts backing up, but not in time. As Tommy Fresh goes all the way to third. That will have to go as a double for Tresh. And an error on the throw-in by Sam Bowen that went up against the railing here, just behind the plate, allowing Tresh to go on to third. And that is the first extra base hit for the Yankees. The Yankees move out in front by a score of 1-0. Roger Maris coming all the way around. So Tommy Tresh pulls in at third base with 1 down. The Oriole infield is pulled in as Joe Pepitone comes up. He flies to right field in the second inning. Roberts takes the windup, delivers outside to Pepe. Ball 1. The Yankees moving out in front, 1-0. We're in the top of the 4th inning. Tommy Tresh coming up with the first extra base hit of the season for the Yankees. Roberts checking Orsino. Oriole infield pulled in. Delivers to Pepitone. A hopper toward second. Adair's got it. Holds Tresh at third. Flips to first, and there's 2 down. Joe Pepitone, who was yet to get a base hit in the first 3 ball games. He's over 10 now. He's 1 hopper right to Jerry Adair. With 2 down now, here's Elston Howard, who grounded out to the shortstop in the second inning. Ellie 4 for 10, hitting at an even 400. They're going to put him on. Hank Bauer, the Oriole manager, says put Elston Howard on, and they're going to pitch to Clete Boyer. Ball 2. Roberts delivers. Ball 3. 3-0 to Ellie. Ball 4, and Howard goes down to first base. That's the second walk of the game given up by Roberts. He walked Mantle in the first inning. Of course, this one an intentional pass. Now here's Clete Boyer with Yankees at first and third. 2 down. 1 run in here in the top of the 4th. Boyer bounces the shortstop in the second inning. He's 0 for 1. Roberts pitch, delivers outside. Ball 1 to Clete. Boyer 2 for 9. Hitting at 222. Clete wears that golf glove on his left hand. A lot of the players do that, more so in the early portion of the year. Roberts sets, delivers to Clete. Outside. 2-0 to count. Of course, Roberts is certainly aware of the fact that Al Downing is in the on-deck circle. And he's not a guy who gives up a lot of base on balls, and he may feel that unless he can get Boyer to swing at a bad pitch, he's just as soon pitch to Downing with the bases loaded. Foul right back against the screen. 2 balls and a strike to Clete Boyer. Robin Roberts. What a pitcher he's been. 258 lifetime victories. Now Roberts sets. Runners lead off first and third. Delivery to Boyer is fouled off into the upper deck. 2-2 the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs. Howard at first base. Fresh at third. Yankees out in front, 1-0. Now Roberts sets. The pitch is fouled against the screen. 2-2 the count holds. Usually has a pretty good early season activity at the plate. Hanging in there. Last year, Roberts won 14 games for the Orioles. Now he's set. Delivers again to Cleat. Just missed outside. A full count. 3-2 the count to Boyer. So Ellie Howard at first base will be moving on this one. That takes the Force way at second. A full count to Cleat Boyer. Howard at first. Fresh at third. There goes Howard. The pitch to Boyer is hit high in the air in foul territory toward the Orioles dugout, and that is going to be just out of play by about 5 rows. Brooks Robinson, boy, he is a great glove man. He can do it all. He's got the good bat and the good glove. And the guy at the plate, Cleat Boyer, still told you these are two of the better third basemen in baseball. Count holds at 3-2 to Boyer. Al Downing in the on-deck circle. Roberts checking with Orsino. The guy he'd like to get, then he can start off with a pitcher next inning as the leadoff batter. Now the payoff pitch to Boyer again. Swung and fouled, and that ball, for a minute, looked like it got away from Orsino. But it fouled off of his shin guard and bounced off to the right. So the count once again holds at 3 balls, 2 strikes. Mel Allen joining us from the TV side. Now we're ready once again. The payoff pitch to Boyer. There goes Howard outside, ball 4. So Robin Roberts, not wanting to risk something too good to Boyer, gives up his third base on balls in this ball game, and he's got the bags loaded, and he'll be pitching to Al Downing, who flied to right field in the 3rd inning. He's 0 for 1. Downing, batting from the right side. Downing making his second trip to the plate here in 1964. Bags are loaded. Robin Roberts into the windup. Delivers to Downing, who swings and misses. Strike 1. Roberts trying to work out of his first real jam in this ball game. He's ready again. He's got the sign. The runners lead off. The pitch to Downing is foul directly up over our heads. 0-2 the count to Al. So Roberts getting out in front of Downing. Now he's in a spot where he can start to work those corners. Downing working from the right-hand side. He's swinging from the right side as Roberts gets into the windup. The 2-strike delivery to Al. The curveball swung on a miss. Strike 3. Roberts gets out of it in the top of the 4th inning by giving only 1 run on 2 hits, 1 Oriole error, 3 men left. And the score after 3 1/2, the Yankees 1 run on 3 hits, the Orioles no runs on 1 hit.
Won't let you down.
So get a smile every time with a Valentine. Get a smile every time. Make it Valentine's Day. Wow, what a beer. Louis, thank you all.
Let's pause for station identification.
At 3 minutes before 3 o'clock, WOKO, Albany, New York.
Here's Louis Aparicio as we move into the last half of the 4th inning, leading off for the Orioles. He flied to left field in the 1st inning. Al Downing, the left-hander, into the windup, delivers to Aparicio, and it's outside, ball 1. Downing, pitching brilliantly to this point, has allowed only 2 balls to go into the outfield. Aparicio flied to left, and Robinson flied to center. We're in the last half of the 4th. Yankees leading 1-0. Downing into the windup again. Aparicio fouls it straight back. 1 ball, 1 strike. Cleat Boyer playing in about 10 feet at third base. And Aparicio, he'll pull the ball occasionally, so the third baseman has really got to be moving. 1-1 the count to Aparicio as Downing delivers outside. 2 balls and a strike. Louis has led the American League in stolen bases for 8 consecutive years. And that counts every year that he's been in the big leagues, 1956. The 2-1 pitch to Aparicio is high, 3-1 the count. 3 balls, 1 strike. Aparicio steps out, checks Billy Hunter down at third for sign. 3-1 the count to Louis. Aparicio, as Phil told you, put the ball game in extra innings yesterday by stealing second and coming around to score on the ball that went into center field. Downing, the 3-1 delivery to Aparicio is called strike 2. 3-2. Big John Boo Powell in the on-deck circle for the Orioles. Downing takes the time. He got the sign into the windup. The payoff pitch is hit high in the air, straight back, and coming back off the screen. Ellie Howard moving back towards the screen. It went in about 10 feet. So the count once again holds at 3-2. Full count to Aparicio. Downing again into the windup. The payoff pitch is fouled back on the screen again. The count to Aparicio. Downing again, ready with the sign. Pitch Howard. Takes off one. He's got it into the windup. High and inside. Aparicio is all at a base on ball. That's the first walk given up by Al Downing. So they've got a guy on at first base who is average. A stolen base of ball game in the first 3. The Orioles have yet to lose. They're 3-0. So far this season, beating the White Sox twice and the Yankees yesterday. And the Yankees are looking for their first victory. So here's Big John Boo Powell. Aparicio on. And the fans are yelling, go, go, go. Aparicio with the lead. Downing set, delivers to Powell. He fouls it off into the upper deck, strike 1. Boy, the excitement that is generated by a man who can run those bases. Fans immediately come to life. Love to see him run. First Downing, left-hand pitcher, makes it a little bit tougher for Aparicio to get that good jump. Now Aparicio takes that lead. The throw to first is wide. Aparicio back in front of time. A 1-strike count to Powell. Nobody out. Yankees leading 1-0. We're in the last of the 4th. Now Aparicio with the lead. There's a slow grounder out in front of the plate. Howard up with it. Throws to first to get Powell, but on the play, Aparicio moves down to second. So John Powell, hitting a dribbler out in front of the plate down the first base line, is out from Howard to Pepitone. Aparicio now moves down to second base, scoring position, and that'll bring up the cleanup batter, Norm Seaver. Seaver hops to Boyer in foul territory. He's 0 for 1. Norm Seaver, acquired from the Kansas City A's in a straight player trade for Jim Gentile. He's hitting under 200. He's 2 for 11 right now. He calls time and steps out. Downing being a little more deliberate. Aparicio on at second base. 1 out. Downing's got the sign. He's set. Delivers to Stephen, and it's low. A curveball, a broke down, ball 1. Louis on at second base. He is the kind of a guy who likes to upset the pitcher. He started to run. Taking a few quick steps, trying to upset Downing as Downing turned around to look at him. Let's see what he does this time. There he goes again. He's walking off this time. Downing steps, delivers to Seaver, and up the middle, off down his legs, out for second. Richardson, no chance to get Seaver at first. That'll go as an infield single, and Aparicio moves on to third base. Norm Seaver hitting a low hopper off of Al Downing's leg that jammed off toward Richardson at second.
comes big John Orsino, who's really had a hot bat. Orsino struck out on the second inning, but in the first three games, he's gone 5 for 12. 2 home runs, 1 double, 3 RBIs. Right-hand batter. Orioles at first and third. 1 away. Downing set. Delivered to Orsino. There's the drive into the alley. Left center. That's in there. Base hit. Here comes that Russo in the score and tied up. The throw goes to second. He's in his back and center shot as he went around the bag. So it's a 1-1 ball game. As John Orsino with that hot bat singles to left center. That's the third hit given up by Downing, and of course the first run. So here in the fourth inning, Downing has run into trouble. Gave up a leadoff walk after he fell, and 2 singles to follow. Now here's Sam Horns, who hit a single to deep short on a great play by Phil Lentz in the second inning. He takes the fastball inside, ball 1. 1 ball to count. Sam Bowen, big right-hand batter. He's 1 for 3 on the season. Orsino at first, Steven at second. Downing, set, delivers, Bowen swings and misses, strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Downing checking hard once again for the sign. Set, delivers to Bowen, who swings and misses again, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Bowen. Bowen hit 287 at Rochester last year in 147 games, hit 22 home runs. Then he joined the Orioles late in the year, and in 15 games hit 333 with 1 home run. He's a big guy with power. Right-hand batter. The runners at first and second leading off. Downing set, delivers, Bowen swings and misses, strike 3. So that's a big strikeout for Al Downing, number 5 on the afternoon. That'll bring up Brooks Robin, who's flying to center field in the second. A 1-1 ball game here in the last half of the fourth inning. With 2 down. Orioles at first and second. The baby bird scrambling real well so far in the early stages of the 64-pennant race. Now Downing set. 6 runners, delivers to Robinson. There's a fly ball going into right field. Maris, center side, gets under, takes it. So that takes care of the Orioles here in the last half of the fourth inning. 1 run on 2 hits. No Yankee error, 2 men left. The score after 4 full innings of play, the Orioles 1 run on 3 hits, the Yankees 1 run on 3 hits.
You get a smile every time with a Valentine. Wow, what a beer, that Valentine. You get a smile every time with a Valentine. Wow, what a beer, that Valentine. Beer after beer, the most sweet thing around. Won't fill you up, won't let you down. So get a smile every time with a Valentine. Get a smile every time. Make it Valentine beer.
We have them in the American League after 4. The Angels won, the Tigers nothing. After 3, in a game called by rain, it's Cleveland 1, Kansas City nothing. After 4, Minnesota leads Washington 4-2. And after 2, it's the White Sox 6, the Red Sox nothing. Phil Lynn, the leadoff batter for the Yankees, takes outside from Robin Roberts, ball 1. Lynn, single to left, and bounce to third.
Roberts delivers outside again. 2 balls, no strikes. Over in the National League, after an inning and a half, the Cubs lead the Phillies 2-0. Pittsburgh and the Mets, we have yet to receive a score. Now Roberts, the 2-ball delivery to Lenz, a 1-hopper to third. Robinson right at the bag, the long throw in plenty of time. There's 1 away. Second time that Lenz is bounced to Brooks Robinson. Other games in the National League not yet underway. St. Louis at San Francisco, Cincinnati at Los Angeles, and Milwaukee at Houston. Now here's Bobby Richardson coming on. A 1-1 ball game. We're in the top of the 5th inning. 1 out, nobody on. Robin Roberts into the windup. Delivers to Bobby. Caught the corner, strike ball. Richardson topped to the catcher, and then was out on a fine play by the right fielder, Sam Bowen. Takes outside, ball 1, strike 1 to Bobby. Richardson, who has only 1 base hit so far, is 1 for 11. Now the 1-1 pitch to Bobby. Outside, 2 balls and a strike. The Yankees, who have not been hitting with a great deal of authority thus far, they have only 1 extra base hit. Richardson takes just outside. 3-1 the count. Bobby started to go and held up. John Orsino, the catcher, was squeezing that ball like he just wanted that pitch, and Robin Roberts kind of had that lost look on his face. You know, when a pitcher goes for that corner and he thinks he's got it, and the umpire says ball, it kind of hurts. The hitter has a different viewpoint. Now the 3-1 pitch to Bobby. A bunt in front of the mound. Roberts up with it. Throws to first. It's time to get Richardson. Robin Roberts coming over about a 5-foot step. Grabbed that ball barehanded right out in front of the mound there to throw Richardson out. And we 2 up and 2 down here on the top of the 5th inning. And that brings up Roger Maris, who singled to right and later scored the only Yankee run. He also wears the golf glove on his right hand. Each ball player wears it on a different hand, depending on the one that gives them the most trouble. Usually the blister problems and tender hand problems resolve themselves in a week or 2. Now it's a high fly ball down the line in right field. Sam Bowen going over right at the line and can't get it. There's a little triangular corner down there, about 200 feet down the line, and it went right in there. Right now, the groundkeeper is in that area. Didn't go into the stand. It's sort of a little triangular section there, 225 feet down the line, just out of the reach of Sam Bowen.
What's the rule? The sum of the square of the 2 sides is equal to the 2 sides of the other side. If you get it on the other side and the wind's not blowing.
All I know is that Maris just took a ball outside. 1-1 the count. 1 ball, 1 strike to Rogers. Now Roberts quickly into the windup again. The 1-1 delivery is outside. 2-1 the count. Another squeaker between the Orioles and the Yankees. A 1-1 ball game in the top of the 5th. Boy, we have had some exciting baseball. First 2 games going 11 innings. Yankees on the deficit side both times 4-3. Maris, a sharp grounder to the right side. Adair fouled him momentarily, is up with it, and throws to Seaburn inside. So the Yankees are 3 up and 3 down here in the top of the 5th inning, and the score after 4.5, the Yanks won and the Birds won.
Charter boat. Put down the deck. Guys fishing. Pulling them in. Look at that fun. Laughing it up. All the air blazing fun. Fishing fun. Valentine. Wow! hit. What a time! Wow!
Here at the steakhouse, refreshing around.
Won't fill you up, won't let you down.
So get a smile every time with a Valentine. Get a smile every time. Take this Valentine beer. I want a beer.
In the last half of the fifth inning, it'll be Jerry Adair, Robin Roberts, and Jackie Brandt for the Orioles, as the Orioles and the Yankees are in a 1-1 battle here. Beautiful, sunshiny day in Baltimore. The kind of weather that brings them out. Al Downing going for his first victory of 1964, and his first start goes into the windup, delivers to Adair, that it turns down to the short, lingers up with it on the second hop, throws the Pepitone one away. Jerry Adair jumping on that first pitch, rounding out sharply to Phil Lynn, and that brings up Robin Roberts. Roberts struck out in the third inning. He's 0 for 1. Switch hitter. This time right-handed against Al Downing. Now Downing into the windup, delivers to Robbie. There's another hop right back to the mound. Taken by Downing, and he throws to Pepitone. Roberts was only about halfway down when he was out, just stops, and back he goes. That ball took one big hop past Fleet Boyer and was missed by not more than a foot. So Jackie Brandt coming up with his first base hit in this ball game, and the fourth hit off of Al Downing. Doubles down the left field line, and that'll bring up Louis Aparicio to slide to left and walk. Aparicio has scored the only Oriole run. We're in a 1-1 ball game here. It's all tied up. Last of the fifth. 2 down. Brandt on at second. And Aparicio the batter. Louis takes slow. Ball 1. Aparicio hitting at 4 for 12. 333 mark. That 1 triple. 1 RBI. Great base runner. Now the 1 ball delivery to Louis is low. A curveball, it broke down. 2 balls, no strikes. 2-0 the count. John Booth Powell, big left-hand power hitter, in the on-deck circle for the Birds. Brandt taking the lead at second. Down in section. Set, delivers to Aparicio, and it's high. Ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes. Slows things up a little bit. You find an experienced catcher who will sense when a pitcher may be upset or starting to get into trouble, and will try to change the pace ever so much. Okay, Downing sets again. Delivers to Aparicio. He takes it all away, and it's high. Ball 4. So Aparicio draws his second walk in this ball game. And that's the second given up by Al Downing. Both of them to Aparicio. The Orioles with runners at first and second. And here comes John Booth Powell, who struck out and then hit a slow dribbler down the first base line that Ellie Howard picked up and turned into a put-out. Turned into an assist. A 1-1 ball game. Runners at first and second. 2 down. Powell the batter. Downing in a slight jam here. Set, checks the runner. There's a pick-off attempt at second, and Brandt is back in plenty of time. Richardson was coming from a long way, and so Brandt picked it up before there was any damage. Boyer playing very wide of third base. Lynn's over towards second. Delivery to Powell. It's swung on a miss. Strike 1. Good fast slider. A 1-strike count to John Powell. Powell, who plays with power. 25 home runs. 82 RBIs last year. Hit 265. Big guy, 235 pounds. That's from the left. Downing sets, delivers. A check swing foul. Picked picked up by Billy Hunter down in the coaching box, and he throws the ball out. And now, plate umpire Bill Kinnaman said, throw the ball back to me, and I'll tell you if it goes out of the ball game. Billy Hunter, of course, that's an old trick by the coaches. They want to get rid of some of the balls that may look a little bit shady to them. And the plate umpire, who is the final decision maker in these matters, he wanted to be the man to throw the ball. Okay, a two-strike count. Fetch delivers. Powell fouls it off. Count holds 0-2. Billy Hunter, in his years with the Yankees, always a pepper pot ball player. He had a great glove, and like many of us, was a little deficient with a stick. But boy, he can handle that glove. A great arm to go with it. 0-2 the count to Powell. Runners at first and second. Now Downing sets. Second runner delivers to Powell, who just nips it and fouls it back on the screen. That was a high slider. Once again, on count holds, 0-2 to Powell. Native of Key West, Florida. That's just about as far as you could get without being out of the continental limits of the United States. A 1-1 ball game, last of the fifth. Downing taking a little time, and as he takes a little time, Powell thinks it's too much time, and he steps out of the box. Okay. Powell gets back in. Straightaway stand. Downing has his high powers. Sets, delivers. High fastball. Powell very nearly came to go after that one. Very nearly went after it. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Johnny Powell. The pitch to Powell is swung on a miss. Strike 3, and he got him. That's strikeout number 6 for Al Downing, and a big one it was. For the Orioles in the last of the fifth inning, no runs, 1 hit, no Yankee error, 2 men left. The score at the end of 5, the Yanks won and the Orioles won.
Hey, you hear about John and Mike and Sue?
Didn't hear a word. What did they do?
And Phil and John and Mary Lou.
Come on, tell me. What did they do?
They've all changed to Winston, every one.
Oh, that's nothing new. I did too. Haven't you?
Yes, just thinking of changing to a filter cigarette.
Hey, did Winston?
Changing to a filter cigarette.
Change to Winston.
Because Winston tastes good like a cigarette should.
A modern filter and exclusive filter blend up front. Now you know why Winston is America's largest selling filter cigarette by far. Join the swing to Winston.
Yes, if you're thinking of changing to a filter cigarette, change to Winston because Winston tastes good like a cigarette should. Winston tastes good like a cigarette should.
Change to Winston.
We get ready for the top of the 6th inning. We'll have Mel bring you up to date on some of the scores with Mickey Mantle, the batter.
Well, you better take Mickey right now.
Okay, Mel, he takes outside ball 1. Maybe you can fit these in as we go.
All right, Los Angeles 1, Detroit nothing into 4, Cleveland 1, Kansas City nothing into 3, Minnesota 6, Washington 2 into 5.
Mantle hits the pitch on the ground to the right side. Adair is up with it. It throws to Sebring in time, and there's 1 away.
The White Sox 9, Boston nothing, 10 to 2.5 innings. And in the National League, there has been a delay in the scores coming from the Pirate-Mets game because of labor difficulties. Cubs 3, Philadelphia nothing, end of 3 innings. St. Louis at San Francisco, Cincinnati, Los Angeles, Milwaukee at Houston tonight, or rather later today.
Robin Roberts delivers to Tommy Tracy's swings and misses at a fastball, strike 1. 1 out here. Ball all tied up at one apiece. We're in the top of the sixth inning. The Yankees with 3 hits, the Orioles with 4. Tommy Tresh, the batter. Slide to center, double to right. Takes outside, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Tommy Tresh has the only extra base hit for the Yankees so far this year. And he has the only RBI in this ball game. Check Dorsino, the right-hander, is into the windup, delivers to Tresh. A changeup in on the ground, slowly towards first, deeper and over in foul territory, takes it, and the count goes to 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Tommy Tresh. Tresh batting from the left side. Got a white golf glove on his left hand. Maris is on his right hand. The 1-2 delivery to Tresh is outside, 2-2 the count. Tommy hitting at 3 for 11. The 2-2 delivery to Tresh is outside, 3-2, a full count to Tresh. In the on-deck circle for the Yanks is Joe Pepitone. Yogi Berra has been switching with Pepitone and Howard, depending on whether it's a right-hander or a left-hander. He moves Pepitone up when the right-hander is pitching, and Howard up when the left-hander is pitching. Tresh on the ground, out toward the middle. Nice play by Adair. The throw to first. And that was a crappy jack of a play by Jerry Adair. The backhanded one headed to center field. Stopped and made the good throw on the fast and speedy Tommy Tresh. So there are 2 up and 2 down here in the top of the sixth inning, and that brings up Joe Pepitone to fly to right and bounce to second. Well, the Orioles so far have not done anything wrong in the game and a half that we've watched. Making all the plays, and they're getting the pitching thus far. And they'll be at the stadium Saturday the 25th and Sunday the 26th. Roberts delivers to Pepitone outside, ball 1. Robin Roberts. Giving up only 3 hits, 1 run. It's a 1-1 ball game. We're in the top of the sixth inning. Pepitone takes strike call. 1 ball, 1 strike. Might remind you also that on Saturday, April the 25th, that will be Ladies' Day. So all you gals make a point of coming out because the weather has really been great. Pepitone takes low and outside, 2 balls and a strike. Jimmy Gleason coaching at first for the Yanks, and Frank Crissetti down at third, trying to fire up the Yankee hitters a little bit. The 2-1 delivery to Pepitone. Outside, 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike. Nelson Howard in the on-deck circle for the Yankees. Roberts, 37 years old, winner of 258 lifetime Major League ball games. He won 14 and lost 13 last year for the Orioles. He's into the windup. The 3-1 delivery to Pepitone is a high fly and a short right field. Going back is Adair, coming in Bowen. Bowen called for it, takes it. That retires the Yankees in the top of the sixth inning. 3 up and 3 down. The score after 5 and a half, the Yanks won and the Orioles won.
Valentine's here, huh, Joe?
Neighborhood Tavern. After 5 and a half, the Yanks won and the Orioles won.
2 more Valentine's here, huh, Joe?
Neighborhood Tavern, Friday night. Come on in. Join the crowd. Look at the guys having a ball. Shuffleboard, a couple of beers. Tavern, friends, Valentine's. Wow!
You've got a smile every time with us and Valentine's. Wow, what a dear that's Valentine's.
Beer on tap. Have another. Set 'em up. Oh, brother. Wow!
You're at the beer most presenting around.
Feel it? Won't let you down.
So get a smile every time with
sixth inning, a 1-1 ball game here from Baltimore. The Yankees and the Orioles going at it. We have a bulletin just coming in that Tony Gonzalez, the Philadelphia center fielder, a 300 hitter for them, and a key man in their big ring for 1964, was hit on the head by a pitched ball from Bob Buell. He was dazed and unable to resume in the ball game, and he was carried from the field on a stretcher, so we all hope that Tony is okay. Norm Seaburn facing Al Downing here in the last half of the sixth inning. Takes low for ball one. And having been beamed on two different occasions, it doesn't hurt, but it has a tendency to make you a little bit shy of that place for a while. One ball delivery to Seaburn. It's top foul off into the stand. 1 ball, 1 strike. Repeat that again. Tony Gonzalez, the Philadelphia center fielder, was beamed by Bob Buell and was carried from the field on a stretcher. He was dazed, but not unconscious. 1 ball, 1 strike to count to Norm Seaburn. We got a 1-1 ball game here. Downing delivers. Seaburn fouls it behind the plate. Count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Gene Woodling coaching at first for the Orioles. Ex-Yankee, and another ex-Yankee, Billy Hunter, down at third. Norm Seaburn hopped to third and singled off the Downing's leg. He's 1 for 2. Left-hand batter. Downing into the windup. The 1-2 delivery to Seaburn is just outside a curve of miss. 2-2 to count. Have had real good pitching from Ford to Boughton and Downing in the first 3 ball games. We got a 1-1 game here in the last of the 6th inning. Now the 2-2 delivery to Seaver and a ground ball foul down the first base side. Touchstone started after it, then let it go down the line. Little breeze starting to come up here in Baltimore, blowing from left to right. Any of those left-hand batters that can get a hold of one and get it into the air toward right. Got things going for them. Downing ready, into the windup. The 2-2 delivery to Seaver and hop high in the air toward left field. Tommy Fred throwing back right at the track, under it and takes it. Norm Seaver flying high to the opposite field. One away here, and that brings up John Orsino. Orsino struck out in the second inning and then singled to left. And that single was good for an RBI, scoring Louis Aparicio. John Orsino. Boy, he's had a hot bat. 1 out, nobody on. Downing, second Howard. Guy can hurt you. Downing delivers. There's a high top coming back and out of play. Orsino right now has 6 for 14. Got 4 RBIs, 1 double, 2 home runs. And what a trade the Orioles made with the San Francisco Giants. They gave up Coker, Fisher, and Hess. And all 3 of those players are now gone from the Giants. And Stu Miller and Orsino are big guns here for the Orioles. Now the 1-strike pitch to John Orsino. Changeup, hit on the ground. Boyer, nice play to his left. Throw to first in plenty of time. And that retires Orsino. 2 up and 2 down on a fine play by Clete Boyer, moving to his left. Here's Sam Bowen, who had an infield single in the second inning and then struck out in the 4th. He's 1 for 2. Rochester in the International League. Downing delivers to Bowen, who fouls it right back against the screen. Strike 1. Now the 2-strike pitch. The ball is drilled to left field. Fresh coming in fast. Can't get it. Base hit. A high line drive that bounced about 10 feet in front of Tommy Fresh. So a 2 down. Dan Bowen comes up with his second base hit of this ball game, and the 5th off of Al Downing. That brings up Brooks Robinson, the third baseman. A fly to center and fly to right. He's 0 for 2. Sam Bowen on at first base. Downing sets Bowen, delivers to Robinson, hits it into the alley in right center. Maris going over and gets it. And he had a little trouble with that stop. But he came up with a line drive off the bat of Brooks Robinson. That retires the Orioles here in the last half of the 6th inning. No runs, 1 hit, no Yankee errors, 1 man left. And the score after 6 full innings of play, the Orioles 1 run on 5 hits, the Yankees 1 run on 3 hits. All right.
And now, on to the next portion of this ball game, brought to you by the Atlantic Refining Company and your neighborhood Atlantic dealer. The folks who offer you Atlantic Imperial, the gasoline that cleans your carburetor and keeps it clean.
Now, as we get ready for the top of the 7th inning, coming on to carry you the rest of the way and bring you up to date on all the scores, Mel Allen.
This is WOKO, Albany, New York. In the American League, Los Angeles won Detroit nothing at the end of 4 innings. McBride and Rolig. Bobby Knopp homered in the 4th for the Angels. Cleveland won Kansas City nothing at the end of 3. Donovan and O'Donoghue time called because of rain. Minnesota 6. Washington 2. At the end of 5.5 innings, Stigman against Stenhouse with Merrim and Duckworth in relief. Allen had a pair of homers. Chicago 9, Boston 2 at the end of 3 innings. Peters for Chicago, Wilson for Boston, Wood in the 1st, and Stranzwick in the 4th for the Red Sox. Elston Howard leading off in the 7th inning, takes a pitch for a strike. Robin Roberts into the windup, delivers, and he's just outside for a ball. A 1-1 count. 1-1 the score. It's the first half of the 7th inning. The veteran right-hander delivers. Howard swings and lines one into center field. It's in there for a base hit. Taken on the second hop by Jackie Brandt. Rips his throw back in to second baseman Jerry Adair. And the Yankees collect their 4th hit. Now Clete Boyer. The bottom third of the Yankee order here in the 1st and 7th. Boyer grounded to short and drew a walk. Just want to remind you that because of the rains that washed out the opening game at the stadium, the original date for the opener, there'll be a make-up twilight doubleheader with the Red Sox Tuesday, June 16th. Next pitch swung on, hit to Adair, Adair to Aparicio, on to Seaver, double play. Boyer reached for an outside pitch and grounded it to Adair. Over to Aparicio, who fired on to Seaver just in time to nip Boyer. 2 down, and up comes Al Downing, who flied to right and struck out. Howard's single was the first hit for the Yankees since the 4th inning. The pitch to Downing, right in there, strike 1. Robin Roberts aims this one. It's right in there, and it's hit hard and short. Grabbed by Aparicio, fires the first in time. A hard hit, 1 hopper that Louis went down on 1 knee for. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. No one left on at the end of 6.5 innings. The score remains the Yankees 1, the Orioles 1.
It's new, a remarkable new motor oil from Atlantic. Now the research laboratories of Atlantic have developed Imperial Motor Oil. The first motor oil so good Atlantic has given it the Imperial name and shield. New Atlantic Imperial Motor Oil. When you have to add motor oil between changes, do you blame your car? The
fault may be with the oil you're now using, not your car. New Atlantic Imperial Motor Oil gives you special viscosity ranges, lasting lubricating power that often eliminates the need for that extra quart between changes. See for yourself. Try Atlantic's special ad-free offer good till May 15th. Change now to Atlantic Imperial Motor Oil and get your ad-free card. Then if you should need an extra quart of oil within 30 days of that change, Atlantic will add that quart at no cost to you. New Atlantic Imperial Motor Oil.
In the last half of the seventh inning, Jerry Adair, hitting eighth in the order, will be followed by Robin Roberts and leadoff man Jackie Brandt. A 1-1 ball game. Both teams scored in the fourth inning. Adair bats him right-handed. Al Downing swings into the windup. In comes the pitch, and it's outside, ball one. Adair took a third strike and grounded to short in the third and fifth inning. Outfield straight away. Now the delivery to the right-hand batter, swung on and missed. Strike one, 1-1. In comes the pitch, and it's outside as he took a little off the fastball. 2-1. You won't see many better games. The Orioles striving to continue their winning streak, which is extended to 3. The Yankees trying to break into the win column. Now the 2-1 pitch. Swung on. There's a smash to short. Up with it is Lynn's going to his left. The throw to Pepitone in time, and there's one away. Up comes Robin Roberts. Roberts struck out, bounced to the box. Right-hand batter. Swings and loops it foul to the right of the plate, out of play. Strike one. Downing's fastball is grounded to second. Richardson backs up on it, tosses easily over to Pepitone, and Roberts not running too hard. Becomes the second out. Age and youth in a pitching duel. Here's Yankee Brandt. Foul to first, foul to the catcher, and double to left. Downing swings to the wind-up, the pitch, high outside, ball one. Now the pitch to Brandt, in there for a strike. Brandt's a tough customer in a tight game. Here's the pitch, and it's low and inside. Ball two, 2-1. He's got a good eye. He can whip that bat. He's had 6 hits this season. He can hit a long ball. He can run well. Makes an ideal leadoff man. balls, 1 strike, 2 down. And the pitch. It's over. Strike 2. Right around the knee. Grant didn't like the call. The outfield plays him straight away. He gets all field. Infield shades him more towards third. There's a big gap in the infield between first and second. He'll be trying to pull. He can get his pitch. And the 2-2 delivery swung on, bounced towards short. 2 big hops, the throw on over to first just in time as Brandt speeds down the line. And the side is retired. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on. And at the end of 7 innings, the Yankees 1 run, 4 hits, no errors. Baltimore 1 run, 5 hits, and 1 error. Just want to remind you that the Yankees will be here again tomorrow. They play a Patriots Day doubleheader in Boston. Monday morning, we will be on the air at 10:25 on FM only, and in the afternoon at 2:55 on both AM and FM. And the Yankees then have a day off and move on to Chicago for a Wednesday game at 8:55 p.m. That's our airtime. We'll be on at 9 o'clock. That's the game will be 9 o'clock. April 22nd. And then the Yankees return home with the Baltimore Orioles Ladies' Day the following Saturday. And the Orioles will be there on Sunday the 25th and 26th. Los Angeles leads Detroit 1-0 end of 4. Cleveland 1. Kansas City 0 end of 3. Minnesota 6. Washington 2 end of 5.5. Chicago 9. Boston 2 end of 4. In the National League, Chicago 3. Philadelphia 0 end of 3.5. Pittsburgh 9. Mets 0 end of 6. St. Louis at San Francisco. Cincinnati, Los Angeles, Milwaukee at Houston later. And for those who didn't get yesterday's scores, we'll give them to you in a little while. Phil Linz takes the strike as we go to the first half of the 8th inning. Robin Roberts into the windup and the pitch. It's low for a ball. 1-1. Linz single to left, ground to third twice. Sometimes people get early additions, and of course some of the West Coast night games go into the wee hours of the morning. The pitch is over. 1-2 count. Top of the Yankee order, first of the 8th. This game is rocking along. 1-all. Each team scored a run on the 4th. Roberts delivers. Lynn swings and grounds it foul down to Cressetti. In the American League yesterday, the Orioles beat the Yankees 11 4-3. Los Angeles beat Detroit 8-3. Boston beat Chicago 4-1. And last night, Washington beat Minnesota 4-3, and Cleveland beat Kansas City 6-4. The pitch is outside. In the National League, Pittsburgh beat the Mets 4-3. Philadelphia beat the Cubs 10-8. And in night games, Milwaukee 5, Houston 2, Cincinnati 7, Los Angeles 3, San Francisco 5, St. Louis 4 last night. A 2-2 pitch. Swung on, line to third. Lynn lines out to Brooks Robinson. 1 away. The Yankees held to 6 hits yesterday, got 3 of them in the 8th inning. Today they have had 4, 2 of them in the 4th. Bobby Richardson takes low outside, ball 1. Robin Roberts to the windup. The pitch swung on, little roller, hit towards third. Up with it is Brooks Robinson. Fine play over to first in time. Moving at top speed, he cut over from third base in behind the pitcher's box in front of the shortstop. up in the bullpen for Baltimore. Roberts delivers to Maris, who swings and grounds it foul down the first baseline. Count on Roger. They're playing the overshift and the pitch. Outside for a ball, 1-2. 2 outs, nobody on. They give him plenty of shortstop. Brooks Robinson very wide of third. Aparicio playing a step or two to the first base side of second. Adair on the grass. Here's the pitch, and it's outside. 2-2. Roberts, of course, is pitching away from Maris, trying to keep him from pulling while setting the infield defense for him to pull. And the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and foul back. This is a spot where a man who can hit to the distance would try to. Scored tied 1-all, 8th inning, 2 outs and nobody on. Roberts goes to the windup. Here's the pitch, and it is swung on and lined by second into right field for a base hit. Even with the overshift, he lined it past Adair, who was out on the grass. And Maris collects his second hit. And the Yankees' fifth. Each team now has had 5. And up comes Mickey Mantle. Mick drew a walk, fouled out to third, and grounded to second. 2 away. And the pitch. Now over the outside corner for a strike. They don't play the overshift on Mantle because it's not as sharp a pull hitter as is Maris or Blanchard. So he can pull him. He's pitching away from him. And the delivery. It's outside. A 1-1 count. Mantle's big power is to left center and right center. The 1-1 pitch. It's outside. Ball 2, 2-1. Smart pitcher, of course, like Roberts, if he retains his control, will work outside and then suddenly slip one in tight. Here's the pitch. Swung on and foul back. Strike 2, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Maris leads off first, 2 outs, and the pitch is swung on and grounded to first, grabbed by first baseman. Nice play. He danced off the bag and made a backhand pickup of the ball. To retire Mantle unassisted. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on. At the end of 7 1/2 innings, the score remains New York 1 and Baltimore 1.
Car hood going up for an oil check. That's guaranteed service. Every time. Where you see the Atlantic red ball sign. Don't you worry about your oil level being checked or your windshield being cleaned. These services are automatic at your Atlantic red ball dealers. Here's a
a promise wherever you see the red ball sign. If your Atlantic dealer doesn't offer to clean your windshield and check your oil, weather permitting, you get your gasoline purchase absolutely free. Your money will be refunded on the spot. Although this offer may vary in some states, red ball service never varies. So always drive into an Atlantic station where you see the red ball sign. Get guaranteed service. Every time. Where you see the red ball sign.
Leads off in the last of the 8th inning. 1-all the score. The pitch is outside. Ball 1. The Monday morning game in Boston on Patriots Day on FM only is in New York only. What the Upstate Network will do, you check your station, see what they will do. Afternoon game, we will be on both AM and FM. Next pitch is wide to the mark. Ball 2 to Louis. 1-all last of the 8th. And the pitch. In there for a strike. 2-1. stolen bases for him. I don't know whether they play run, keep you run in Venezuela or not, but he knows how to run. Luis Aparicio steals second. So Powell's failure to bunt caused Hank Bauer to give him the steal sign, and he stole it. And here's Norm Siebert. The pitch swung on and missed. Strike one. Siebert fouled to third, had an infield hit and flied to left. Johnny Orsino on deck. So the pattern is developing for the Orioles as it has before. Aparicio, Siebert, Orsino, and the pitch. High for a ball. 1-2. A 1-1 ball game. It's the last of the eighth. Aparicio leads away from second. Downing's pitch swung on, a ground ball foul down to Gene Woodling, coaching at first. Louis leads away from second. He starts to go to third. Stops. Here's the pitch. Swung on. A ground ball hit to second. Up with it is Richardson. Throws to Pepitone. On to third goes Aparicio. And here is Johnny Orsino. Now Howard goes out to talk to Downing. Probably saying to him, watch him on third. The left-hand pitcher, remember, he can get a big jump. And they're going to put Orsino on. Orsino is to get an intentional pass. He's had 5 out of 12. Had 5 out of 12 before the game started. He's had 1 hit today. And Sam Bowens is coming up. He singled, struck out and singled. 2 for 3. Right-hand batter. So with 2 down in the 8th inning. Score tied, 1 all. Aparicio on third, Orsino on first. Al Downing pitching to Sam Bowens, the right-hand hitter. The stretch, the pitch. It's high, ball 1. Brooks Robinson is on deck. Downing getting the sign. Eyes ready. Here's the pitch. It's high, almost a wild pitch. Nelson Howard has to reach high and outside to keep that one from being a wild pitch. 2-0 count on Bowen. Aparicio on third, Orsino on first, 2 outs, 2-0 the count on Bowen. Score tied, 1 all last of the 8th inning. Downing delivers. The pitch is swung on, and a soft hopper knocked down by Pepitone. He's up with it, steps on first. The side is retired. The ball bounced up. It hit Pepitone in the chin, but he recovered in time. It was a fastball that tailed away from the right-hand hitter, hit it off the end of the bat. A soft one-hopper bounced up, hit Pepitone in the chin. He recovered, stepped on first, and then examined his chin. this one era.
Those 1927 cars were great in their day. They had good motor oil in 1927, too. And as engines were improved year after year, Atlantic developed finer motor oils to protect them. Now comes the finest. New Atlantic Imperial Motor Oil. The first oil so good Atlantic has given it the Imperial name and shield. Today's driving conditions increase the amount of dirt and sludge that build up inside your engine to interfere with performance. But new Atlantic Imperial Motor Oil holds dirt and sludge in suspension, helps keep it off engine parts. None of the new highly publicized motor oils can protect your engine better than new Atlantic Imperial Motor Oil.
The first half of the ninth inning. Score tied 1-all. Tom Tresh leads off and takes the pitch outside, ball one. Joe Pepitone and Elston Howard to follow. Robin Roberts into the windup. Around comes the right arm. The pitch is outside, ball two. The Orioles bullpen gets the sign. Dick Hall's up. The next pitch is swung on, missed, strike one. Tom was swinging for the fence that time. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the next delivery. It's a drag bunt, and Sebring up with it, but he can't get him. Sebring dove for Tresh, who beats it out. Tresh beating out a drag bunt to open the ninth inning. Another right-hander has gotten up with Dick Hall. Wes Stock. Joe Pepitone flied to right, grounded to second, and flied to right. Brooks Robinson shortens up at third. The stretch by Robin Roberts. The pitch is in there for a strike. Joe Pepitone, who is hitless on the season. He's got a bad left wrist. Robin Roberts checks the runner. Here's the pitch, and it's outside. A 1-1 count. Luis Aparicio is playing Pepitone well over towards second base. Bruce Robinson wide at third. Roberts working rapidly. The delivery is foul to the left of the plate on a half swing. Two strikes. Now the pitch swung on, a ground ball hit to Adair over to Aparicio, back to first for the play. And the Orioles cut off the threat in a hurry. A hard ground ball to Jerry Adair. To Aparicio on the Sebring. 2 away in the first of the ninth.
WOKO Albany.
Now Elston Howard comes up. Second double play the Orioles have executed in the last 3 innings. Howard grounded to short, was purposely passed and singled to center. Roberts' pitch is outside, ball one. two up in the last of the ninth. Roberts pitches. Howard takes it low. Over but low. 2-1 count. The Orioles will be at Yankee Stadium next Saturday and Sunday. Here's the pitch, swung on, little dribbler, hit to the mound. Roberts over to Seaman, tries to retire. No runs, one hit, no errors, and no one left on. Roberts working rapidly. The delivery is foul to the left of the plate on a half swing. One ball, two strikes. Now the pitch, swung on, a ground ball, hit to Adair, over to Aparicio, back to first, to the plate. And the Orioles cut off the threat in a hurry. A hard ground ball to Jerry Adair. To Aparicio on to Seaver. Two away in the first of the ninth.
WOKO Albany.
Now Elston Howard comes up. Second double play of the Orioles have executed in the last three innings. Howard grounded to short, was purposely passed and singled to center. Roberts' pitch is outside, ball one. Here's the delivery, swung on and fouled off upstairs, out of play. Bottom third of the order, two up in the last of the ninth. Roberts pitches. Howard takes it low. Over but low. 2-1 count. The Orioles will be at Yankee Stadium next Saturday and Sunday. Here's the pitch, swung on, little dribbler, hit to the mound. Roberts over to Seaver, tries to retire. No runs, one hit, no errors, and no one left on. At the end of 8.5 innings, New York won, Baltimore won.
Excuse me, sir. Have you heard about the guaranteed service at Atlantic Red Ball dealers?
Look, don't tell me about Red Ball service.
Pardon me?
I'm a complainer, see? Complaining is my hobby.
But there's a
And every time I drive into a Red Ball station, the dealer cleans my windshield and checks my oil.
Of course. The offer varies in some states, but all Red Ball dealers guarantee to clean your windshield and check your oil, weather permitting. If one forgets, your gasoline purchase is free.
Yeah, but they never forget. Never, never. I never get anything to complain about. Time after time, they remember.
Well, why do you keep going back?
I like the service. the pitch. Swung on. There's a high fly ball into left center. Fresh moves over under it, makes the catch. One away. Jerry Adair coming up. Took a third strike, grounded to short, and grounded to short in the third, fifth, and seventh inning. Downing to the windup, delivers. The right-hand batter takes high, ball one. While hitting in the number 8 spot, some managers like to think of their number 8 hitter as a second cleanup man. Adair can hit a long ball. And the pitch. Swung on, grounded foul, just outside the third base line. Bob Johnson's on deck. So that if Adair doesn't end it, Robin Roberts has had it. Here's the pitch. Swung on. There it is. A long drive to left, but there goes Trace back to the ball, and one has it. That ball looks as if it's going all the way. There is a wind, and it is blowing from left out to right. If there were no wind, this ball game would have been over. 2 out. Boy, he's tagged out. But right into the wind. And here's Bob Johnson batting for Robin Roberts. The pitch swung on, hit the first and second to right field for a base hit. Bob Johnson's first time at bat officially this year. Up comes Jackie Brandt. The paid attendance today is 12,433. Brandt fouled to first, fouled to the catcher, double to left, and grounded to short. Downing's pitch in there for a strike. Thank you. I was thanking somebody else, not for something else. Now the delivery high for a ball, 1-1. I'm not kidding you. Without a win today, that ball that Adair hit would have ended the ball game. You can tell by the crack of the bat and how the ball was soaring. Here's the pitch. Oh, outside, a nice stop by Howard. Did you know that you can turn your back to the field and just listen to the sound of the crack of the bat against the ball and tell the distance so often? 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. He took a good cut. 2-2 the count. pitches. Swung on and missed. Strike three. Fired it by Jackie Brandt. No runs, one hit, no errors, one left on. And at the end of 9 innings, the Yankees, 1 run, 6 hits, no errors. Baltimore, 1 run, 7 hits, and 1 error. And for the third consecutive game, and I don't know that that's a record, but for the third consecutive game of the first 3 games played in the season, all extra innings. That'll have Bill Kane working. He won't sleep tonight. Yankees lost the first 2 in 11 innings, 4-3. And for those of you who tuned in late, Robin Roberts is out of the game. He worked 9 innings, gave up 6 hits. He walked 2 men. He walked one of them, one man intentionally, a total of 3. Struck out 1, gave up 1 run. That was in the 4th inning. Maris singled to right, and Tresh doubled to right. Maris going on to third and scoring on an infield out. And in the last of the 4th, Aparicio drew a walk. Powell was out at first. Sebring beat out an infield roller. And Orsino singled to left. Got Aparicio home. So that's all that there has been thus far. 1 run, 6 hits, no errors for the Yankees. 1 run, 7 hits, 1 error for New York, rather for Baltimore. For the first 9 innings. Dick Hall coming in to pitch. Detroit 3, Los Angeles 2 at the end of 5. Kansas City and Cleveland rained out after 3 innings. Indians were leading 1-0. Minnesota at Washington 6-all, end of 8. Clete Boyer takes the ball. Chicago 9, Boston 3 at the end of 6. In the National League, Pirates 9, Mets nothing, end of 6, the last we had. Next pitch fouled off. Cubs 5, Philadelphia nothing at the end of 6. Giants 1, Cards nothing at the end of an inning. Cincinnati, Los Angeles, Milwaukee, Houston later. Right-hander Dick Hall's delivery inside. Dick Hall has exceptionally good delivery, exceptionally good control too. Big right-hander making his second appearance. Worked 1 inning against the White Sox on the 14th. Started his career out as an infielder. The pitch to Boyer, swung on. There's a drive to deep left center. Jackie Brandt goes over and grabs it. Al Renouf is warming up for New York. A hand for Al Downing. outside. Last year, the Yankees played 16 extra inning games throughout the year. This is their third straight. They played 54 one-run games. The pitch is hit by Phil Lynn. High pop, grabbed by Aparicio in short left. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on. And at the end of 9.5 innings, it's 1-1. Luis Aparicio leads off. Al Downing to the windup. The pitch is inside. Ball one. Downing to the windup. The pitch outside. Ball two. In his anxiety to try and keep Louis off the bases, he has fallen behind on him, doing nothing. The 2-0 pitch. It's over. Strike one, 2-1. Al Rennup in the Yankee bullpen. Warrior shortened up at third. The 2-1 pitch is in there. Strike two, 2-2. Hitter is tough to strike out. Now the windup and the pitch. It's low outside, ball three. And the payoff pitch. He's on. Fourth straight time he's been on base. 3 walks and a single. And Johnny Powell is up. Took a third strike, bounced out in front of the plate, and then struck out twice afterwards. Clete Boyer has to move in. Hunter talked to Powell. He may be swinging this time. No, he shortens up. He bunts into the air. Howard's under it. He has it. Foul ball. Twofold idea. Getting Aparicio to second, and maybe if he got a jump, moving him to third. Here's Norm Sebring. Now you can watch Louis. Nicholson's gotten up with Rennup. And the pitch outside. Had 1 out of 4. Louis sold second with Sebring up for 4. Stretch, check to the runner, and the pitch. It's low, ball 2. Throw down to first, Louis back. Aparicio's got Downing worried, no question about that. In the sudden death period now, last of the 10th. Johnny Orsino up. On deck. Norm Sebring up. Aparicio moving off first. The stretch. He's not going. The pitch is low. Ball 3.
example of what one outstanding base runner can do to a defense. They wreck it. Three balls, no strikes. Downing pitch. Inside, ball 4. Out of the dugout now comes Yogi Berra. And with Renniff and Nicholson warming up, that could be all for Downing. Yogi making his first appearance on the field this afternoon. Talking things over with his battery. Now coming out from behind home plate is Bill Kinnaman. Come on, boys. Let's go. Yogi says, stay in there. And Johnny Orsino is coming up. Yogi is defying the law of averages here. Orsino struck out, single to left, to drive in the first run. And here comes Yogi back out again, and that means a new pitcher. And it's going to be Mickelson. Nicholson, who was the victim of yesterday's loss in 11 innings. While he was not charged with the defeat, gave up the base hit in the 11th inning. Russ Snyder grounded one through the drawn-in infield that sent the winning run home. But the winning run was put on by Mickelson's predecessor. A hand for Downing. And as Mickelson comes in, we'll pause for station identification.
This is WOKO at 1460 on your dial. Time is exactly 4:36.
Looking at the scoreboard in the American League, Detroit 3, Los Angeles 2. At the end of 6 innings, McBride for Los Angeles, Volich for Detroit, Cook in the 6th, Egan in the 6th, Bobby Knopp in the 4th, that's the 2nd in a row, Cash in the 5th with 2 on. Kansas City and Cleveland rained out. They went 3 innings. Minnesota and Washington are 6 and 6 going to the 10th. Stickman, Arrigo, and Plyce for Minnesota. Stenhouse, Narum, Duckworth, and Riddick for Washington. There, homers for Allen, Oliva in the top of the 10th for Minnesota. So Washington will have to come from behind the last of the 10th. Brinkman and Hinton homered for Washington. Chicago 9, Boston 3 into 6.5. Fisher for Peters in the 7th, Wilson for Boston, Wood in the 1st, Spansvik in the 4th, early in the 7th. Pittsburgh 9, Mets nothing, and the 6th, the last we had. Cubs 5, Bills nothing, and the 6.5. Buell against Gulf. Short, Wise in relief, Williams homered in the 3rd. Giants 1, Cards nothing, and a inning and a half. Bolin and Brolio. hit. Aparicio on second, Stephen on first, and one out. Mickelson's pitch is low and outside. Ball two. Been an odd start. Ford, Boughton, and Downing each have gone the distance plus. Ford went 11. Boughton went into the 11th. And Downing into the 10th. There goes the run to the third, and the throw down to third is straight. Aparicio fields third. That's his fourth stolen base in 4 games. He got a big jump. So the winning run is on third with 1 out. And the infield is about halfway. Boyer in close. Mickelson steps off the rubber. Runners on first and third. The stretch. And the pitch. Swung on and missed. Good sinker. 2 balls, 2 strikes. They're trying to place Lenz, and now they move him in. They got to get the infield in with the speed of Aparicio. The stretch, they pitch. Swung on it, missed. Strike 3, and they're 2 away. Sidearm sinker. And now you're going to have Russ Matter come in to bat for Sam Bowens, and he was the man who pushed the base hit between Richardson and Pepitone for the winning run yesterday. Russ Matter is coming up. And now you've got this situation. Boyer can't come too far in because Aparicio will come all the way in as far as he does with a possible steal or home. Snyder can bunt, drag, he can hit, he can... Here's the pitch. It's outside for a ball. He can hit these solid smashes. He beat out 16 bunts last year. So you can look for anything. And the defense has to deploy itself in such fashion that he's got a lot of holes. All right, the stretch and the pitch. Swung on, there's a line drive. The throw to second is in time to get Seaver. A great play by Phil Lynn to throw over to his right. On the ball hit into that big gap between third and short. He fielded it on 1 hop. His only play was to Bonnie Richardson, who grabbed the ball high and stretched as far as he could to get Seaver to retire the side. What a ball game. No runs. No hits. There were no errors. And 2 men left on. And I have a small bulletin for you. For the 3rd straight day, we go to the 11th inning in the first 3 games of the 1964 season. Score tied 1-1. get excited about. Believe me, are worth getting excited about. And I hope you'll remember that the Orioles will be at Yankee Stadium next Saturday. It'll be a ladies' day. That'll be the 25th. And the Orioles will be there on Sunday, April the 26th. You know, that was a tough ball for Lenz to handle. The same kind of ball that I got a base hit on off Phil Rizzuto down in Hollywood, Florida. Wasn't it, Phil? Yes, the jockey's one of those little spinners. All right, here we are now in the 11th inning, and there's a shot pass third by Bobby Richardson on the first pitch into left field. Bobby takes a big turn and holds up. Roger Maris coming up. Russ Snyder, who batted for Sam Bowens in right field, stays in. Roger Maris walked, fouled to third, grounded to second, and grounded to first. Right-hander Dick Hall's pitch is over the inside corner. Fastball, strike one. You know, when people ask you what's going to happen and all that sort of thing, and you tell them, I don't, they don't believe you. I can assure you, the last thing I ever thought of was that the first 3 games of the year would be go at least 11 innings deep. Here's the pitch, and it's outside and high. Ball 1, 1-1. You get overtime, Joe? I know the rest of it, though. The 1-1 pitch. It's high. Ball 2, 2-1. Weststock and Mike McCormick warming up for Baltimore. Bobby Richardson leading away from first. Dick Hall's pitch swung on, foul back, out of play. I'll say one thing, Pete Mickelson has gotten some great training for a rookie. He came in yesterday, bases loaded, nobody out. Snyder punched the single through the drawn-in infield for the winning run. Came in there just now with a winning run on third and 1 out and got out of the jam. The pitch to Maris is swung on a ground ball to Adair over to Aparicio. Boy, these Orioles come up with that double play in the clutch. Double plays they have made since the 7th inning. Now Mickey Mantle. 2 away in the 11th inning. Dick Hall's pitch is low, ball 1. At home, you play a different style game. You might have moved the man down. On the road, you play for different situations. Next pitch is in for a strike. Play for a bigger inning, as a general rule. The 1-1 pitch. Swung on, a ground ball hit to Adair, covering his big ball in time. And the side is retired. No runs, 1 hit. No errors, 1 left on. And at the end of 10 and a half innings, New York 1, Baltimore 1.
Charter boat. Look down the deck. Guys fishing. Pulling them in. Look at that fun. Lapping it up. All the air blazing sun.
Valentine's Day, Valentine's Day. Fishing, fun, Valentine's. Wow! You gotta smile every time with a Valentine. Wow, what a day is that Valentine.
Tub full of ice. Valentine. Hands reach in. What a time.
Wow! Here at the fair, all the big birds sing around.
Won't fill you up. Won't let you down.
So get a smile every time with a Valentine. Get a smile every time. Say it's Valentine, dear. Wow, what a bear.
It's the last half of the 11th inning, and Brooks Robinson leads off. Fly to center, fly to right twice, and fly to left center. Pete Nicholson. In relief of Al Downing. The right-hander sidearm pitch is over. Strike one. It's the last half of the 11th inning, and Brooks Robinson leads off. Fly to center, fly to right twice, and fly to left center. Pete Nicholson. In relief of Al Downing. The right-hander sidearm pitch is over. Strike one. Now the sidearm pitch is lined into left center field for a base hit. Mantle takes it on the second hop, throws it in the lens. And Brooks Robinson gets the board to start the 11th inning. And here's Jerry Adair, who took a third strike, grounded to short twice, and flied to left. Now let's see if the home team strategy is played according to Hoyle, or in this case, Bauer. That is sacrificed by Adair and a possible pinch hitter for Hall, although Hall's a pretty fair hitter. We'll see. Here's the pitch, and the batter shortens up and bunts foul back to the screen. Strike one. Hall's out on deck. But McCormick and Stock are warming up. First, runner's back. Normally a manager would figure, well, if I can bunt him down, I got two shots at winning the game. Warriors way in, and the pitch is bunted, and it's fouled right at the plate. Strike two, nothing is two. Howard's arguing that the ball is fair. Those Pepitone. Now Billy Hunter comes up to talk to Adair. And this is an interesting situation. Sometimes you got to gamble in a ball game. You gamble on a bunt, two strikes, or you have him swinging away. I'll tell you this, boy, Collier is backed up some. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. It's right arm fastball that tailed into him. And Willie Kirkland's got a hit for Dick Hall. Batter. And the pitch outside, ball 1. Kirkland hit the ball yesterday. It turned out to be the key to the windup of the game when it turned out to be an error. The runner on first. Last 3/11, 1 all. And the pitch. It's outside, ball 2. Kirkland hitting for Hall, 1 out. Brooks Robinson on first base, and Jackie Brandt on deck. These pitches that are balls to Kirkland would almost be strikes to a right-hand batter. And the pitch. It's outside. Ball 3. Baltimore has had spectacular success thus far in the early part of the season. They've had 5 pinch hitters come up, 4 of them have reached base. 3 of them on hits. Here's the pitch, and it's ball 4. They continue. They've had 5 men reach base out of 6 attempts. And here's Jackie Brandt now with Brooks Robinson on second base. Base on balls to Willie Kirkland. Just 1 out. Brandt doubled in the 5th inning. His 6th time at bat. The pitch is in there for a strike. Fouled out to first, fouled out to the catcher, then doubled to left, grounded short, and struck out. Last 3/11, 1-1. Pete Mickelson in relief of Al Downey. The right-hander to the stretch, the pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 2, 0-2. A 2-strike count on Jackie Brandt. Up at that plate, though, challenging the pitcher. Brooks Robinson representing the winning run on second. Willie Kirkland on first. 1 out. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. A beautiful curveball. And they're 2 down, and up comes Aparicio. second, Luis Aparicio on first. And Big Johnny Powell at bat. Now the 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike two, 1-2. Man, I have eaten my fingernails plumb up to the elbow. Here's the delivery. Outside. Ball 2-2. The Orioles will be at Yankee Stadium next Saturday and Sunday. Russ Robinson is on third. Willie Kirkland on second. Aparicio on first. 1 all. Last of the 11th. 2 outs and a 2-2 count. The pitch to Powell. Swung on and missed. Strike three. Pete Dixon turning in a spectacular job. No run. 1 hit. 1 error and 3 men left on. 8 men the Orioles have stranded in the last 4 innings. And so, to change the script a little, we're going into the 12th inning today. Oh, man. What do you say we pause for station identification?
This is WOKO in Albany, New York. It's 1 minute past 5.
Pete Nicholson had a tough time, but he struck out the side in the 11th, giving up a hit to Robinson, struck out Adair, walked Kirkland, batting for Hall, struck out France, an error by Boyer, loading the bases, and Phil Linz, whose error yesterday led to the victory for the Orioles in the 11th inning, made an amazing play as he stopped the ball after he'd gotten by Boyer and kept the winning run at third, and then Nicholson struck out Powell. At the end of 11 innings, New York 1 run, 7 hits, 1 error. Baltimore 1 run, 8 hits, and 1 error. Each team scored in the 4th inning. Elsewhere, Detroit 3, Los Angeles 2. And that's at the end of 7.5 innings. Minnesota beat Washington in 10 innings, 8-6. Chicago 9, Boston 3 at the end of 7.5. In the National League, Pittsburgh 9, New York nothing. They've gone 6 innings. We've had trouble getting scores because of some labor difficulties. It is 5-0 Cubs over the Phils at the end of 7.5. St. Louis and San Francisco won all end of 3. And that's all we have at the present time. Now, Wes Stock pitching to Tom Tresh for a strike as we go to the 12th inning. The next pitch is high for a ball. First to the 12th. The right-hander's pitch swung on, a little tap to the mound. Stock has it, throws on to Seaver and 1 away. Up comes Joe Pepitone. Over the first 11 innings, the Yankees, in compiling 7 hits, have had they were able to produce more than 1 hit, and that was in the 4th when they got their run. The same holds true for the Orioles. swung on. There's the bouncer down to Seaborn. He loses it, picks it up, throws to the pitcher in time. 2 up and 2 away. The ball bounced up and hit Seaborn in the face. He looked around for it. Toward the bag. Here's Elston Howard. Grounded to short. Intentionally passed, single to center, and hit to the box. The pitch is outside, ball 1. Last year, West Stock won 7 games and didn't lose any in relief. The pitch is in there for a strike. And he has a fantastic lifetime record as a relief pitcher with the Orioles of 17 and 4. Neither won nor lost against New York. Here's the pitch, swung on, a little roller down the third baseline, could be beaten out. Let's see, the throw.
Remarkable new motor oil
From Atlantic,
Now the research laboratories of Atlantic have developed
Imperial Motor Oil.
the first motor oil so good Atlantic has given it the Imperial name and shield.
New Atlantic Imperial Motor Oil.
When you have to add motor oil between changes, do you blame your car? The fault may be with the oil you're now using, not your car. New Atlantic Imperial Motor Oil gives you special viscosity ranges, lasting lubricating power that often eliminates the need for that extra quart between changes. See for yourself. Try Atlantic's special ad-free offer good till May 15th. Change now to Atlantic Imperial Motor Oil and get your ad-free card. Then if you should need an extra quart of oil within 30 days of that change, Atlantic will add that quart at no cost to you.
New Atlantic Imperial Motor Oil.
Half of the 12th inning. Norm Seaborn at bat, left-hand hitter. Pete Mickelson ready to go. The pitch, low and inside, ball 1. Seaborn fouled out to third, had an infield hit, fly to left, grounded to second, and walked. Pitch is inside, curveball. 2 balls, no strikes. Pittsburgh 9, the Mets 5 as the ball game is over. Now the delivery. Low and inside for ball 3. Next pitch, it's low, ball 4, and Seaborn walks. Mickelson came on the 10th inning with 1 out. And he has been in frequent trouble. out, singled down to the third, was purposely passed and struck out. And the pitch is inside for a ball. Howard didn't like the call. Boyer, Pepitone, crowding the plate looking for a bunt. Orsino looks down at Billy Hunter to see whether the bunt's still on or not. They may switch or put the take sign on. They haven't got the ball over for a strike yet. The stretch and the pitch. He swings and grounds it foul down the third baseline. A 1-1 count. Now Billy Hunter comes up and talks to Orsino. One strike. 1-1, last of the 12th. Throw over to first, runners back. He almost threw the ball away. Boyer charging, and the pitch is bunted, and Howard up with it, throws down to second. Too late. There are runners on first and second now, nobody out. And Russ Snyder coming up. He batted for Sam Bowen in the 10th inning and grounded into a four-sided second. And here's the fellow that's pretty hard to throw out and can bunt very well, having beat out 16 bunts last year. So we'll see how Hank Bauer plays it. He's tough to double up. Stretch and the pitch. Bunted foul. Strike one. Hank is not beyond changing back and forth, as you noticed before. Can hit to all fields. He shortens up, bunts, and misses. Strike two. And the Yankees tried to pull that play with Boyer charging into the plate, leaving third base wide open. But with the shortstop Lenz racing toward third with the release of the pitch, hoping to decoy the runner off second to third. Two strikes on Snyder. Nicholson ready, and the pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike three. A good sinker. So there's one away. And up comes Brooks Robinson. Al Renouf gets up in the Yankee bullpen. Nicholson is the second scheduled hitter up in the 13th inning. But Brooks Robinson up, swings at the first pitch, and again. It's in the Bigler round third, comes around to score, and the ball game is over. And the Orioles win it 2-1. it with a double into left center. He hit the first pitch right into the gap, scoring Norm Sebring, who had walked. And the Orioles win it in 12 innings by a score of 2-1. And so the Yankees lose their third consecutive game by 1 run, all in extra innings. 2 in 11 innings, 4-3. And the one today in 12 innings, 2-1. Another exciting ball game, and the Orioles will be at Yankee Stadium next Saturday afternoon. It'll be a ladies' day, that's the 25th, and Sunday afternoon, the 26th. Well, we hope you enjoyed the ball game as much as we enjoyed sending it your way. It had everything you wanted in it. With Al Downing and Robin Roberts locked in a duel, each of whom went the distance. Downing going into the 10th, and Roberts going 9 and then being removed for a pinch hitter. The Yankees scored first in the 4th inning when Roger Maris singled to right and Tresh doubled to right. And in the last half of the 4th inning, Aparicio drew a walk, moved to second on an infield tap, to third on an infield hit by Sebring, and scored on Orsino's single. And that's all the runs that were made until the 12th inning, when Sebring walked, was sacrificed to second by Orsino, when Howard's throw was just a speck late. And after Snyder, who had gotten into the game batting for Bowens in the 10th, he had broken up the game yesterday off Nicholson in the 11th inning, struck out. Brooks Robinson stepped up with 2 down and slammed the first pitch into left center for a double, scoring Sebring from second with a winning run of the ball game.